All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about Hollow Knight Silksong. Now, this is the game that is taking the world by storm. This game is taking the world by storm so much that it actually has completely and utterly, for a small moment in time, crashed the Steam store. I'm not kidding. It also seemed to have taken down the Xbox and the eShop online as well. It's insane. Now, this was all temporarily. Obviously, the stores are back up and they're ready to go. But when you look at the numbers, it's pretty easy to see why. Now, Hollow Knight Silksong was the #1 wishlisted game on Steam for a long time. People have been waiting for this game forever, right? And if you guys forget what the initial Hollow Knight game did, let's take a look and kind of go over it. So, Hollow Knight, the first iteration of this particular game, did, and don't get fooled because this is from 2 days ago, 72,916 concurrent players. But keep in mind, this game hit a massive boost right around the time where Hollow Knight Silksong was confirmed to be coming out, which was a couple of days ago in the month of August, right? It hit 70,225 players. Then it hit 72,916 2 days ago. Silksong coming out has boosted Hollow Knight's original numbers dramatically. The highest that it ever was prior to that was in May of 2022 at 20,324 players. Otherwise, it would always hover about under 10,000 players, slowly growing with time, little by little. This particular company, Team Cherry, they played the long game. They definitely played the long game where if you look at the price history of Hollow Knight, they decided to sell this game at $5.99 multiple times. And through all the sales they did all the way since back in 2017, all those sales ended up generating a massive fan base that was waiting patiently for the sequel. And what happens when that goes down the proper way and you really play the long game the right way? Well, you go from 72,916 to a whopping 535,213 players playing this game at the time of recording this video. If I were to refresh the number is actually going up in players right now at 415,571 people playing the game right now as we record this video. Now, Hollow Knight Silksong, again, is highly anticipated. People are loving this game. The reviews are doing very well all across the board, and it's available on multiple platforms. It's got over 20,000 reviews already at a 90,000 plus positive ratio. This game is doing extremely well. Now, there are some people that, let's be real, are not exactly very happy about that, right? There are some people that are actually trying to tear this game down. You got a lot of people who defend the AAA industry trying to tear down this otherwise indie game because, well, it destroys the narrative. Let's just say it destroys the story that is told by the AAA industry, that in order to develop and to bring great experiences to you, that it costs them a lot of money, so much money that they got to nickel and dime you every fucking chance they get. And what happens? Hollow Knight Silksong comes out, and it's a game that, for all intents and purposes, probably could have charged another $10, $20 if they wanted to. I would say probably safely another 10. They chose not to. They released this game at $19.99. That is bonkers, right? They released this game at $19.99, but it paid off because the majority, if not all these people, paid full price to play this game. So think about the millions of sales that they're having right now. When it comes to this particular video game, they've already made their budget back, most likely. I'm pretty sure they're in the positive already at this point. So with all that being said, people are not happy. You got people going crazy on X. You got people even coping and seething, talking to Oh No, It's Alex, for example, responding to his post about Hollow Knight destroying the AAA industry. And they were saying, well, nobody's playing it, though. I'm sorry, is 500,000 plus people nobody? I don't think that's nobody. But here's the greatest part about all this. Apparently, this game is so good that Silksong, regardless of whether or not, because every game gets pirated, that's just kind of how it goes. Silksong is so popular that even on the piracy subreddit for the game, they are encouraging other people to buy the game because they feel like they should be supporting the developer. That is how good this game is doing. Even the people who pirated it are saying you should buy the game just to support the developers who made the game. That is wild. When is the last time you ever heard something like that go down, especially for a smaller scale game like this? It's fucking weird. But let's talk about it. Hollow Knight Silksong finally went live today. You may have heard something about that. And its arrival absolutely demolished Steam, which simply could not hold up under the crushing demand of Skong Mania, as Steam crumbled like a train bridge made of soggy noodles. GOG did what it does best, took a shot from the shadows. It appears that Silkzillion gamers worldwide are trying to get their hands on Hollow Knight Silksong, and digital storefronts are struggling to handle the traffic. GOG posted on X, but the DRM-free Bastion stands strong. Naturally, there was a link to Silksong on GOG. Now, obviously, taking a shot at Steam, I'm all for that. As much as I love Steam, I love competition more, and I want these companies to compete, because the more they compete, the better the products are for us as consumers. So I'm all for this. You're never going to see me defending Steam, be like, oh, you shouldn't make a joke about Steam. No, I'm good. I'm not one of those people. I'm not like the console fanboys that go crazy if you even speak remotely bad about their consoles. But he says, I can't say I'd really thought about it before seeing the post, but it caught me a little by surprise because it felt, well, incongruous. The value of DRM is debatable, but generally speaking, it does at least help cut down on day one piracy. Releasing one of the most eagerly anticipated games to come along in years on a platform whose number one promo is no DRM was surely a high-risk move. Except maybe it's not. Sure enough, Silksong was available through less than legal channels almost immediately after launch. But as noticed by Games Radar, the 2.4 million strong piracy subreddit seemed torn on the topic. Unexpectedly, quite a few of its members have begun urging people not to pirate Silksong. I was planning on doing it since every recent game costs around $80, and that's a lot of money for a game. One Redditor wrote in a pre-release thread asking how potential pirates plan to proceed. But after the price was revealed, $20, I thought, damn, that's good, and I'm not pirating it. Others felt the same way. I think I'm just going to buy this one. It's only $20, and I really enjoyed Hollow Knight, so I'm sure I won't be mad about spending the money on this one. One respondent wrote. Apparently, it'll only be like $20 with a 3-person team. I can and will definitely buy it after it's been out a week or two, another added. So this is why I've been telling people, man, smaller teams are always going to be, usually I should say, not always. Let's go with about a 95% ratio. At about a 95% ratio, they are going to be usually more creatively free. They're going to be able to accomplish a lot more because they're going to be focused, right? There's a lot more personal responsibility when you are a team of 3 people versus a team of 500. You know, if you're a team of 500, you're going to look around to the left and the right to see who you can blame for the reason why something is not the way it's supposed to be. But when you're a team of 3, you have to look at each other, point at each other, and realize if something's not the way it's supposed to be, it's you guys' fault, and you need to fix it. So I really enjoy when there are smaller teams working on video games. Expedition 33 is probably one of the biggest examples of another video game that has come out with a very small team. They have a team of about 33 people, but they also, you know, got a lot of outside work done. They had contractors work for them, but ultimately the main developers were 33 people that put everything together. Same thing here with 3 people. I'm all for this, and I feel like we need to see more of this. You're not really going to see it very often in a AAA scene. Similar responses can be seen in a bigger thread announcing that Silksong was uploaded to pirate sites 15 minutes after launch, man. That is pretty wild. Look at this person. Sitherin says, hey, the game is pretty cheap. This one we should not pirate. Imagine being so good and so affordable that you even have piracy fans, you know, people that advocate for piracy. You have people who pirate their games questioning their decisions about whether or not they should pirate your game. That is insane. That genuinely is insane. The amount of power that actually speaks is mind-blowing, because you'll have these AAA studios tell you that DRM is necessary, DRM is mandatory. But the simple truth is that DRM is mandatory only for bad games, realistically. It seems as if the game is good and affordable, people are going to feel, they're going to think twice before they pirate the game. And if they do pirate the game, chances are they might buy the game. Even if it's on sale later down the line, they still might buy the game. People advocating to buy Silksong is a major statement against the industry and everything they stand for. Redditor Ephrael added, I'm buying this game on GOG straight away, even though I will probably play it later after a few updates when it'll be on discount. Randon said he's never purchased a full-price game on launch day in the 10-plus years he's had a Steam account, but he's doing it for Silksong. It was Team Cherry that made me break my vow to always buy on discount. Mark Lawson says Silksong has appeared on piracy websites for PC and R piracy is having arguments over pirating it, laughing my ass off. You know what? This is good though. This is a good thing. Let people argue over it. Let people argue over the entire thing and let them decide whether or not they view it as something worth buying. Because the simple truth is the market is speaking right now, and the market has decided that the game is absolutely worth buying. It's at 535,000 concurrent players right now within 9 hours. 9 hours. The market has already decided it's worth buying. All it is now is whether or not the people who pirate decide whether it's worth buying for them, which it seems a lot of them are conflicted. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Hollow Knight Silksong? Are you buying this game? And if you have, are you playing it right now? How good is it? The amount of people that have told me it's really good is ridiculous. So I can only imagine what some of you might say in the comments. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on the next one.